Hello everyone and welcome to Poser's Full Movie Recaps. Today's film circles around a young woman's grief over losing her mother, so she tries to delve into unknown territory but still, she never gets the answer that she wants. Everything begins with a house party, where young men and women are having the time of their lives. Cole searches for his brother Duckett to bring him home, but after he finds him bruised in one of the rooms, Duckett seems to be out of it and stabs Cole in the chest. The crowd quickly disperses after they witness Duckett's action, but before everyone can leave, Duckett stabs himself in the face. Somewhere else, Mia struggles with how to deal with the second anniversary of her mother Ria's demise, and her plans for the future after she finishes school. When her friend asks her to pick up her brother Riley, Mia drives to the park to take him to his house. On the way, they come across a fatally injured kangaroo and try to put it out of its misery, but Mia cannot bring herself to do it and decides to leave it as it is so another car can find it. When they reach Riley's home, Mia chats with Riley's older sister Jade, her best friend, and urges her to come with her at a weird gathering where people are trying to connect with spirits. Later, Jade and Mia sneak out of the house but get caught by Riley, so they have no other choice but to take him with them. When they reach the place, Jade meets up with her boyfriend Daniel, who also happens to be Mia's ex-boyfriend. The group tries to blend in at the party, but Mia's true purpose is to see if this seance party will actually work for her. Haley and Joss, the event's host, start to present the main attraction for the night, which is a severed embalmed hand of mysterious origins. Since the gathering is all about invoking the spirits, Mia volunteers to be the first to try it, as she hopes to communicate with her dead mother's ghost. As Joss ties her up to a chair, he warns her that the conjuring shouldn't exceed 90 seconds, or else, the spirits would want to stay back in our realm. Haley lights the candles that they need, while the others bring their phone out to shoot the events that follows. Mia is genuinely excited to participate, so when Haley asks her to grab the hand and say "talk to me," Mia obeys his instruction. Mia gets startled when she sees a strange ghost of an old man in front of her. She asks Haley who is it, but the young man just answers that he doesn't know, since it's different every time they do it. Haley urges her to say "I let you in," while everyone is laughing at Mia's reaction. Even though Mia is initially terrified, she goes with the plan and grabs the hand while saying "talk to me." This time, a scarier ghost appears in front of her, but since Mia is determined to finish what they started, she bravely says "I let you in." Afterward, Mia tilts her head back which looks like she's having a seizure. Her eyes turn completely black, and when Joss approaches her, she imitates his hand gesture and laughs. Mia points at Riley and repeatedly says that he's going to split him up, and adds that he should run. They watch as Mia's body gets taken by an unknown ghost, which horrifies some but most of them are laughing as if they are having fun. Haley reminds Joss of the time, so the man tries to grab the hand but is unable to pry it from Mia. After the timer goes off, Haley and Joss successfully pull the hand from Mia, but exceed the 90-second allowance before they can shut the conjuring out. Haley quickly checks if Mia is okay, and when they find her back to normal, everyone assumes that everything is going to be fine. When they get home, Riley is still terrified by what he has witnessed, and refuses to sleep alone in his room. He hangs with Mia and asks how her mom died, to which she answers that her mother took too many pills by accident, not being able to believe that she took her own life. A few days later, Jade approaches Haley and asks her if he can host a seance party at her house. She tells him that Daniel wants to experience the conjuring, and Haley agrees to do it later. When Sue finds Daniel outside their door, she figures that Jade must have organized a party at their house. She asks her daughter about it, but Jade denies any plans of having a party. She then asks Riley and his friend James, but they also refuse to admit any knowledge of a party. Sue warns Jade and Mia that if they conduct any gathering at the house tonight, Mia is going to be banned from their house effective immediately. Because of this, they limit the guests that they invited for the seance party, as they don't want to infuriate Sue too much. When Sue leaves for work, a much smaller group gathers around Jade's living room and prepares what they need for the conjuring. Joss ties Daniel to a chair, and tells him to just proceed and goes with it. When Daniel grabs the hand and says "talk to me," he's clearly terrified of what he sees in front of him. Everyone else is curious and filming his reactions, even though they are unable to see what Daniel sees. When Daniel says "I let you in," he starts to look like he's choking with something. He then stares at Jade and tells her that he hates it when she touches him, which clearly looks like the spirit they conjure is a malicious one. After Daniel says some terrible things, Joss takes the hand from him and ends the seance. When Daniel regains his consciousness, he begs them to delete the video but Haley has posted it already. Afterward, everyone volunteers and takes turns with the hand, so they can experience the euphoria of possession. Even though it looks like they are all having a blast, Jade prohibits Riley from participating when he tells the group that he wants to try it out. Riley insists because it looks fun, but Jade is adamant to not let him have a go as he isn't even 15 years old. When Jade walks out of the room with Daniel, Mia allows Riley to have 50 seconds, and after saying "I let you in," he starts looking like he swallowed a whole lemon. Riley starts talking like he's being possessed by Rhea, which is Mia's dead mother. It tells Mia that she didn't mean to hurt her and that it was a mistake, and when the 50 seconds are up, Mia asks to go on because she wants to talk to her mother. After 2 minutes of talking, Riley suddenly bashes his head on the table and pulls out his eyeball. Mia and the others grab Riley to prevent him from hurting himself, but the spirit has completely taken over his body. Jade rushes in and places her hand on the table, preventing Riley from finishing himself off when he's about to bash his face again. Jade is able to save her brother from a sure demise, but Riley is still fatally injured. In the middle of the commotion, Mia walks away because it's too much for her to handle. Alone in the kitchen, she sees an apparition of her mother from the door, but when she looks again, it's gone. Still in a daze, Mia goes home and finds her dad in the kitchen. Max tries to convince Mia to tell him what happened, but the woman is still extremely traumatized by the recent incident. She goes to her room and opens her bag, staring at the hand she steals after the tragic conjuring they have done. Later, Mia goes to the hospital to visit Riley, but Jade and Sue won't let her near him. When she sees Riley from the window, she is horrified to find his face completely disfigured. Sue thinks that Mia gave Riley something, causing him to hallucinate, which results in his current condition. Mia denies this, but Sue warns her she'll call the police if she ever comes close to her son again. After they leave her alone, Mia sees another apparition of her mother across the hallway. She follows it to the bathroom, but after hearing some strange noise inside, Rhea's ghost is gone. Daniel finds her crying and asks if she's okay, but when the woman doesn't answer, he decides to just drive her home. Mia offers Daniel to stay for the night, which the man initially refuses because of his romantic relationship with Jade. Mia explains that she doesn't mean anything malicious with her invitation, as she just wants someone with her at the moment. Daniel gives in and stays with Mia for the night, and they talk about the recent events. Mia tells him that Rhea had always called her Me when she was alive, which is the reason that she believed that the spirit that possessed Riley was her mother. Daniel thinks that maybe when the spirit possessed a person, they learned essentially everything about them. As a result, they used their inner desires against them to sow chaos and hurt Riley. As the night goes by, Mia dreams about getting frisky with Daniel when suddenly, she sees her dad dragging her unconscious mother from her room. When she wakes, her nightmare becomes a reality when a ghost of a woman approaches the bed and starts sucking Daniel's foot. Mia screams at Daniel to wake up, but to his astonishment, she finds Mia trying to chomp down his toes. Daniel is disgusted and leaves Mia in her room, where the woman realizes they've possibly left the door open for the spirit to repossess them. She figures that she needs to use the hand, to make sure that the spirits leave Riley alone. Once she says the word, Rhea's ghost appears in front of her. Mia is so consumed by the idea of her mother being around and asks if she kills herself, and the spirit answers not on purpose. She believes everything that the spirit says, who tells her that Riley needs her help. At the hospital, as Jade washes her brother in the bathroom, Riley bites her hand and starts bashing his head on the tiles. He laughs as he does it, while Jade screams and begs him to stop. Later, Mia and the rest of the gang meet up and talk about how the police got their hands on the video. When Mia asks how he is, Jade tells them that every time Riley wakes, he tries to hurt himself. Daniel says that it seems that the spirit wants to keep Riley, to which Mia agrees. Joss adds that the previous owner of the hand said that if someone dies while the spirit is inside, they'll have him forever. Mia asks if any of them is still seeing ghosts, and explains that she saw her mom several times after the incident. Joss is bewildered because Mia didn't even let her mom in, so why would she see her mother's spirit? Haley comments that Duckett said that ghosts can imitate people, but Mia is confused and asks who Duckett is. Joss explains that he got the hand from Duckett, after they did the same spirit seance at a party. According to Duckett, Joss can keep the hand because he keeps seeing spirits without using it. Haley tells them that after Duckett gets rid of the hand, the man becomes crazy, stabs his brother, and finishes off himself. The group meets up with Cole, Duckett's brother, who refuses to talk to Joss and hops onto the bus to leave them. Mia and Jade follow him inside the bus, and tell him about Riley's condition. Cole tells them that Riley's body should eventually kick the spirit out, as they tend to weaken the longer they're in. Jade tells him that the spirits are killing Riley, before hopping out of the bus feeling extremely upset. She blames Mia for letting Riley participate in the seance, and adds that it is her fault for letting it go for more than 2 minutes. She then accuses Mia of sleeping with Daniel, her boyfriend, but the man denies it and explains that it wasn't like that. Mia proposes to do it again to close the door for Riley, as they have no other choice if they want Jade's brother to live. Mia, Daniel, and Jade rush to the hospital, and proceed to start the spirits conjuring while Sue is not around. They put the hand on Riley's hand and lights a candle, while Mia invokes the spirits on behalf of Riley. Initially, their effort is not working, but when Mia tries to summon Riley's spirit herself, a young girl appears and tells her that she will take her to him. Mia is able to have glimpses of the spirit world, where the other malicious spirits are hurting Riley. When she goes back to the real world, she emotionally tells Jade and Daniel that the spirits are not going to stop until they take Riley. When Mia gets home, her dad talks to her about her mother, and finally tells her about the letter she left before her demise. In the letter, she wishes them to live their lives in peace, and asks forgiveness for leaving them, meaning that her mother has really taken her own life. Mia denies this and remembers what her spirit has told her earlier. Suddenly, Ria's apparition appears behind her dad, and when Mia sees her, she follows the ghost to a room and asks if what the letter says is true. The ghost answers that it's not real, and tells Mia that the man is not really Max as the other spirits are imitating him. When Max knocks on the door, Mia is confused, especially when Ria's spirit adds that Max is going to hurt her. It also says that Mia needs to help Riley by ending his life, so his spirit will be free and won't have to suffer anymore. Suddenly, Max looking like a ghost barges in and tries to attack Mia. When the spirit chokes her, the real Max hears her and runs toward the room to help his daughter. Mia is able to grab a pair of scissors, but before she stabs the spirit, her actual dad breaks open the door to try and save her. Mia accidentally stabs the real Max, and as she stares at her dad, she feels relieved thinking that she finishes off the ghost that is trying to choke her. She then calls Jade and tells her that she knows what to do to be able to save Riley, and asks her friend to come over to her house. As Jade drives away, Mia sneaks into Riley's room to give him relief and ends his suffering. When Sue finds her, she apologizes to Mia for accusing her of giving something to Riley. Mia accepts and asks if she can have a minute alone with Riley. After Sue leaves, Mia apologizes to Riley for failing him, while at the same moment, Jade arrives at Mia's house to look for her. An old woman's ghost appears as Riley, and taunts Mia that Riley can never come back from the spirit world. She asks Mia to feel, and shows her the kangaroo to guide her on ending her friend's brother's misery. Jade finds Max stabbed inside the house, so she rushes to call her mom and informs her that Mia is dangerous. After hearing this, Sue quickly runs to Riley's room but finds that her son is missing. When Jade gets back at the hospital's parking lot, she finds Mia's car and sees her friend wheeling Riley to the highway. Ria appears beside her, whispering to her ears and trying to convince her to push Riley into oncoming traffic. When the spirit whispers that they'll have him forever, Mia finally realizes that the malevolent ghost that appears to be her mother is not actually Ria but the first spirit who possessed her at the seance. Because of this, Mia steps away from the wheelchair as Jade rushes toward them to save her brother. In the next scene, a car hits something on the highway which turns out to be Mia and not Riley. Mia's spirit wanders around, as her real body is badly injured from the accident. Inside the hospital, she sees Riley doing much better than before. She also sees her father walking away, but even when she screams at him to wait for her, the man is unable to hear her. Everything goes dark around Mia, and when she looks around, she finds a lighted candle and a hand reaching for her. When she grabs the hand, Mia suddenly appears in front of a group of people, who are conjuring a spirit the same way as they did with the hand. Turns out that Mia perished when she got hit by a car, and becomes one of those dead spirits in the purgatory forever. The hand on the other side is in a different country, and it seems that a lot of time has passed. Subscribe to watch more videos like this. You can also hit the notification bell and like the video to help the channel out. Thank you.